decisions you didn't know you made. You didn't plan to do it, but you did it anyway. You didn't plan to order the large drink. You didn't plan to skip the meeting invite, or maybe even to say yes to the company pension scheme, but you did. Not because somebody forced you to, but because of how the choice was actually framed. Now this is what we call nudge theory. And if you manage people, it's one of the most powerful tools that you can use. So what's a nudge? It's a way of shaping choices, not by removing options or by offering bribes, but by simply tweaking the way that the choice is presented. You're not changing what people can choose, all you're doing is changing how they experience the choice itself. Now, that could mean a number of things. It could mean changing the order of the options. It could mean setting smarter defaults. It could mean using visual cues, or even just changing the questions that you ask. A nudge isn't a trick, it's just a design principle. It's a way of guiding rather than forcing. Nudge theory comes from behavioural economics, which is principally the work of Richard Thaler and Sunstein. And at the heart of it is what sounds like a self-contradictory phrase: libertarian paternalism. What does that mean? Well, on one hand, people should be free to choose for themselves, and that's libertarianism. But we should help them to make better choices. We have a moral duty to do that, and that's paternalism. And they kind of contradict each other, but here's the important part. We're all probably already doing this to some extent anyway. You just don't always do it intentionally. This is because, well, it's how we work, because human beings are not really rational creatures. We rely on shortcuts called cognitive biases, which are heuristics that we've evolved to make really quick decisions. For example, we will stick with defaults. We will avoid loss more than we pursue gain. We respond to social norms. We're quite bad at long-term thinking, and we really hate having too much choice. A good nudge takes quirks like that into account, and it uses them for us, not against us. A classic example: at Schiphol Airport in Amsterdam, the floors of the men's public urinals are much cleaner than the average public loo. Why? Well, they've thoughtfully given the patrons a target. I'll leave the rest to your imagination. So, how do smart managers use nudge theory in a working environment? Well, here's just a few simple but powerful examples. Number one, encouraging behaviour change. You want more employees to complete their expenses on time, for example? Well, instead of saying, please submit your expenses, try saying something like, 95% of your colleagues submitted their expenses on time last month. That is a social proof nudge. Number two, you want to design better meetings maybe? Well, if you'd like shorter, more focused meetings, why not set the default meeting length to 40 minutes instead of 60 minutes, and maybe do the meeting standing up? It is amazing how people will adapt when the default changes. Number three, do you want to improve well-being in the office? Maybe offer standing desks by default, or schedule walking meetings even. People will often stick with what is offered, so make the healthier option the easier option. Number four, do you want to boost the uptake of your training at work? Well, instead of asking people to opt in to professional development, why not make it just part of the annual review by default? Let them opt out if they want to, that's up to them. Number five, how about trying to reduce email overload? You could do that by setting the internal email to default to a delay send by 2 minutes. That gives people a little nudge to pause, and it reduces unnecessary follow-ups, or what we might call regret sends. Number six, how about making better decisions? When presenting options to your team, avoid overwhelming them with too many choices. Limit the choices to just 3, and use visual layouts that might just draw attention to the most effective of the 3 options. All of this is what we call choice architecture. How decisions are shaped by the environment, layout, wording, and the defaults. The same even holds true, by the way, for how you manage your customer relationships as well. In simple terms, the more user-friendly you are to do business with, the more likely you are to retain your customers. More people will just stay with you. The opposite to nudge, of course, is sludge. Complex, bureaucratic, hard to navigate, decisions that are really difficult, and user interactions that just feel really turgid. Now let's be really clear here, nudges are not a license to manipulate. They should be transparent, they should be beneficial, and they should be aligned with people's best interests. You're not tricking people. All you're doing is you're helping them to overcome friction and make better decisions much more easily. Bad nudges will erode trust, whilst good nudges will build capability. This is leadership by design, not by force. So, if you're a manager, you're a team leader, you're a founder, whoever you are, start thinking like a choice architect. Ask yourself, what's the default? What are we making easier? What are we making harder by accident? Are we shaping choices intentionally here? Because every system nudges or sludges. The question is, are you nudging, and are you nudging well? Because the best leaders don't need to control people. They just make it easier for them to do the right thing. Now, if that sparked an idea for you, give the subscribe button a little nudge, hit like, share it with somebody who might find it useful, and I'll see you next time.